In the issue of the criminal justice reform, Jill Stein believes in the Black Lives Matter movement. There is an institutional racism within the criminal justice system, including police tactics and discriminatory sentencing. She wants fewer people in jails and less jail time, with a system that addresses industrialization, forms of racism. Account for Stein's criminal justice platform. By reforming drug policy, giving judges more discretion over sentencing, and holding police accountable, Stein believes we can achieve a criminal justice system that is more just.
On the issue of cybersecurity, Jill Stein said that she would immediately pardon Edward Snowden and invite them to the White House to publicly acknowledge their heroism if she were elected president. She added that she would create a role for them to help us create a modern framework that protects personal privacy while still conducting effective investigations where they were warranted.
On the topic of gun control, Jill Stein believes gun ownership should be appropriately regulated, local gun regulations, and more background checks, reduce culture of violence via mental health and legal drugs, address community violence with more mental health services. Guns at home are more likely to cause injury than defend the home.
On the issue of healthcare, Jill Stein, a part of the Green Party, wants to require vaccines to protect other children. She wants Medicare for all and travel restrictions needed to be established by health authorities to help the spread of diseases throughout other countries. And she wants to make healthcare available to all as a right.
On the topic of racial justice, Jill Stein plans to end police brutality and massive incarceration, create a Truth and Reconciliation Commission to understand and eliminate the legacy of slavery that has been the link of pervasive racism within the economy, education, housing, and health. She also plans to ensure that communities control their police force instead of the other way around, by establishing police review boards and full-time investigators to look into all cases of death in police custody. This is an attempt to demilitarize the police.
On the topic of taxes, Jill Stein believes that minimum wage should be set at $15 an hour. She wants to break up too big to fail banks and democratize the Federal Reserve. Reject starting over as a model of economy development, support development of worker and community corporations and small businesses. She wants to make Wall Street big corporations and pay the rich their fair share of taxes, create democratically run public banks and utilize them, replace corporation trade agreements with fair share agreements.
On the issue of women's rights, Jill Stein is for free universal child care. She wants to allow full access to contraceptive and reproductive care. She wants to expand women's access to morning after contraception by lifting the Obama administration's ban. She wants to expand women's rights, including equal pay and reproductive freedom, and she hopes to pass the ERA or the Equal Rights Amendment.
Jill Stein view on education. Jill Stein believes that education is a right for people in this country. Stein wants to abolish all student debt and free a generation that has so much of it. She wants to create free public education from preschool through college. Her plan is to guarantee free college tuition for all the citizens in this country. Since college education is almost completely necessary for everyone in order to get a job, she feels that it should be free for everyone as well.